Hi, Virgo. This is your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Virgo. It's just not coming out of my mouth well, is it? This is your homework family reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. I've been using the bell a lot to make sure this time around I felt very much the need for the cast iron Pegasus. As I started the readings, for most of them I was using the bell just for extra purification and a little bit more extra, let me clean the energy, but let me, in fact, make sure I get it a little bit more purified in here because I need to get a little bit more clarity about what's going on. So the bell is definitely a higher vibration, and I just feel like it was needed. I did meditate for a minute on Virgo before I started the reading, and this is going to sound weird, and it may even come into significance later. I don't know why, but this is, you're definitely dealing with situations of communication. They're going to take place and or change something in the material or physical world. The material path or the physical world in one way or another during this time. And something about it is going to be giving you answers. But you also, you may be receiving downloads too of upshifts and stuff from spirit, but there's something that you're going to see in the communication between the 15th and, because this is for June 15th through the end of the month for the last part of June, but there's something you're going to see that's going to take place in this communication that's going to shift the direction, shift the decisions in some way or another. And it's coming from a communication. And I don't know how else to put it, but Spirit is giving me like the lips moving. Spirit just gives me the lips moving. So this is something you're going to hear. It may come from Spirit, but I feel something that you are going to hear. And I feel like it's gossip. I feel like it's gossip. Something about gossip that's coming in. And I hate to put it that way because I'm not big on gossip. I mean, everybody gets their juicy hear and say of whatever it is because people talk all the time. That's just part of, life. But I'm not one for fall for gossip's bullshit. Okay? Typically. And I'm not one to typically tell you to, get caught in the middle of gossip. But what I'm getting from Spirit is gossip. Especially, and I don't know who this is for, but especially for somebody's going to be talking to you and they're going to be chewing a lot of gum and they're going to be smacking their gum. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. And something about that's going to be significant about whatever stuff they're saying. In one way or another. I don't know if it'll be truths. I don't know if the gossip will be truths or lies. I don't know, but something about gossip is coming in, and you need to acknowledge it. And it's going to weigh and make that communication that you're receiving in some form in the physical world through the material path is going to shift and change because of that is what I'm getting. And that's very direct information. So that may only be for a certain few of you. It may be a communication also that you're feeling like you're receiving from Spirit in some way. Because it is messing with my ear. So with that being said, it may be a communication that you're feeling like you're getting from Spirit. You may feel like you're getting all revved up and you need to take action. But the point is, either way, whether it's gossip, communication, or something you're receiving from Spirit, it is something that is going to kind of give you that revved up feeling and make you want to take action. And the point is, you need to take action, is what Spirit is guiding me towards. And like I said, it's very direct. So I don't know, at least for the ones that I am channeling, I'm being given a direct situation. Hold on. In my notes, I've got to go back something because I feel like something else is coming in. And I just cannot keep up with everything that Spirit tells me. Slow down, though. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Be willing to learn new things and change your creative manifestation. It may relate to men or father issues, masculine issues. And you may overall be feeling situations of, like you're trying to push to receive in general. Now it's moving into another subject. It started off with just the gossip, but now they're filling me with other information. You may be feeling like in general in your life you're trying to push too hard to receive, and you're actually pushing against the grain. And it's not necessarily going to work for you in some of your situations, for some that I'm getting this for. Because you try to do everything yourself. And pushing too hard and trying to do everything yourself is actually probably gonna make it harder on you than it needs to be. There will be also some situations, it may have to do with the very first thing that I was being told, with the communication, but like I said, at least for a select few of you, there's something going on with gossip and some smacking their lips while somebody's chewing gum. But I'm getting lips moving, just is basically what I'm getting from spirit. Some of that might be communication from spirit. Like I said, these are different subjects. And some of it is dealing with grief or sadness or shame or burden. I do feel that there is some inflexibility going on in the situation. So like I said, I'm giving you what spirit's giving me in the different ways that I'm receiving it. But more or less, I feel like there's something you know that needs to be done. There's an action that needs to be made either way. The situation all comes down to there is an action that needs to be made, and you can't hope it's going to happen. You're going to have to take the action, and you're going to have to do it either way, is basically what I'm being told. That doesn't mean that it's a positive or a negative. It's just there's something that has to change. There is an action that has to be made. You're going to acknowledge it, but it's not going to be made unless you initiate it, unless you make the action happen, is what I'm being told. So in that, no matter what, it's still going to shift the decisions and the direction of the path that you're going. It'll be shifting it into a newer way, a better way. But it only happens if you take the proper action, is the first thing I'm being told. For however that is, I'm sure it resonates with each of you on different levels. Like I said, I'm just giving you what I'm being told. Now, you're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is moving. So this definitely is going to bring in some conversations for you. But I'm trying to get back to all of my information. We have a full moon that takes place on the 17th. It is on a Monday. That is going to be in Capricorn. But I keep saying it's a void, of course, from Sagittarius to Capricorn, because it takes place during the day. And I don't mean the full moon. It moves. The moon actually moves out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn, I believe at 12:22. Hello, 12:22. That was brought to my attention because I'm always given twos in numbers by angels. So when my angels and my guides, two is my number. So when it was brought to my attention, this is saying something about this new moon is definitely bringing its attention to you for taking a new harmonious stand in all areas of your life. And this does mean all areas of your life, balancing it and taking a brand new harmonious stand and looking at things and really putting them into a new perspective and finding a harmonious thing right across the board. What you have to do to make it get there. Basically, that's what the two is for me. With the one being in front of it, this is magnifying it. So something about this full moon is going to be bringing up attention of probably things that are out of harmony, out of balance, and within all areas of your life, and the shifts that you're going to have to do to make it get there. But I feel like the communication thing that I'm getting is like through the whole rest of the month, or at least a specific event, and when it happens, you will know it. Okay, I don't feel like that's directly directed to the full moon. I feel like if you're watching the video and when it happens, you'll be like, that right there. Yeah, I'm getting that whole energy, like, I mean, because what Spirit's giving me is a person who I know who smacks their lips a lot and has a very cocky attitude. Let me just tell you, But I feel like the communication is going to give you that information and you're going to know it right when it happens. Anyway, let me get back on to what's going on in astrology. Because, like I said, I just keep getting pulled to the communication. That's why I keep bringing it up. Um, on the 21st, Jera, or Jura, however you pronounce it, is sacrificing commitment. It is moving out of Cancer and into Leo. Now, on the 26th, right here at the end of the month of June, Mercury is moving out of Cancer and into Leo. Now, Mars actually is not going to be moving out of Cancer and into Leo until July. But let me help you understand. These three energies are within 10 degrees of each other. So they're kind of like, instead of 1, 2, 3, the energy is kind of just marinating and moving together. Even though they're moving in different times, there's a marinated mix going on. So you're going to still be feeling that combination of Cancer and Leo within these three signs. Okay, and as it shifts, it's going to start shifting on the 20th, 21st. It's going to, no, yeah, it's going to actually start shifting on the 20th. And you're going to start feeling the three of them start to do that shifting on the 20th, even though Mercury, your ruler, does not move until the 26th. And like I said, Mars doesn't move until July. But with them being so closely connected, it's still a marinated energy that you're going to feel of communication. And the communication isn't just how you talk to somebody. I am being told communication in that sense, but it's also with emails, it's also with computers, it's also with text messages. Something about all of this energy is going to be coming in with the sacrifice and the commitment, the communication and passion, action, aggression, sexual energy, how you feel about yourself, like in that sacral chakra energy. Something about all of that combined is coming out of Cancer and going into Leo starting on the 20th. Okay, now for Cancer, this is going actually from your self-awareness into your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. Now, I'm sorry. We're not talking about Cancer. We're talking about you, and you are a Virgo. So let me find out where Cancer is. I did that a little bit backwards, but where does that make Cancer show up on your chart? That is going actually from your 11th house to your 12th house. Yeah. So this is talking about that outside community, from your memberships, your friends, your goals, your wishes, your dreams, your ambition, your liberty itself, self-realization, how you are as dealing with the outer world on a humane side, your humane interests, like humanitarian interests, your communities. Like I said, this is your wishes, your hopes, your goals, your wishes, your dreams, your friends, your memberships. This is your outer community of the people who are in your life. This communication, this passion, this action, this aggression, this sexual energy of how you feel about yourself and sacrificing commitment within these relationships, all of this marinated energy is going to be moving from the 20th out to the end of the month and into July, and it's starting to shift from that 11th house to the 12th house, which is starting to shift into your subconscious, to your hidden self, your unconscious mind, your karmic debts, your self-deception, your self-undoing, your self-sacrifice, your bad habits that over time have become bad habits, like bad patterns, the frustrations that is created because of them. This is also dealing with situations that could be dealing with, prison, with jail, with government officials, with sorrow, grief, shame, secrets, even funerals and deaths. So it's getting into your deeper self, to the depths of yourself and into your hidden self. Like I said, this is gone from your wishes, your goals, your dreams, the community, who you're talking to, your friends. Something about this energy is starting to bring in a communication that's going to shift things as it moves into that 12th house and starts to make you see things a whole lot clearer. Starts to make you open your eyes to things that you may not have been seeing before, or you may not have wanted to see before, but it's going to start to be brought to your attention as you come from the 20th all the way through to the 1st. I'm telling you now, these three, as they move, are more or less marinating and just moving together, and it's going to be like a good 2-week process that you're going to be feeling that. So that might be part of that whole communication. And what I'm being told is something to do with like your members or your memberships and hopes within that. So something about that is going to be causing a growth, but it's probably going to be causing a growth by acknowledging something that you wish you didn't have to acknowledge, but now you're going to have to deal with it, more or less. It's what it feels like is coming to me, like something's being brought to your attention that's going to make you, oh, yeah, that's not going to work for me anymore. Or that person's not going to work in my life anymore. Or something along that line. And make you really make decisions and shifts and changes because your unconscious is coming to be aware of it. It may be about yourself within the situation as well. But I'm telling you, that's what I'm seeing in the astrology versus what Spirit's giving me. Now, you have the full moon again, which takes place on the 17th as it moves from Sagittarius into Capricorn. And I do say that because, like I said, it's the 22nd. I don't know how I shifted from one to the other, but apparently Spirit wanted me to keep going with the communication because I don't even know how that shifted. They're saying also now that that has something to do with your interests within your humanitarian point of view of how you see and deal with life. Something about that is what's going to be coming up and making you grow as well because of something you're going to be told. See, they keep bringing me back to this same subject. They won't let me even get into the full moon, so I don't feel like the full moon in this actually have a connection. It may, but I really feel like it's a separate situation. Like I said, starting on the 20th. So I feel like this is happening after that full moon. Now, if there's nothing else, can I go to the full moon? I'm being told that it's going to be in your crown chakra. In your crown chakra, it's going to be either becoming unblocked or rising in its ascension in some way. Like I said, it's something that's going to be being brought to your attention on us, that's going to connect with you on a spiritual position, which is going to shift your crown chakra in some way with your whole upper three chakras, from your communication, because we are talking about communication and talking and speaking and expressing ourselves, into your third eye and into, viewing things from a different point of view, from a higher ascended point of view, a higher soulful point of view, as it moves into the crown chakra. Are we done? I appreciate all of your guidance and your help, but if we're done with that subject. Okay. Sorry, that's just the way it works. So when I go back to the full moon on the 17th for you, the full moon is taking place for you in your fifth house. So this is going to be showing you something about your pursuit of pleasure. Your pursuit of pleasure, it's your universal fifth house for you. That's Capricorn. You have Saturn in it. You have Pluto in it right now. And you have the South Node. So something here, for one, needs to be shifting because the South Node is here. So there's something here about your pursuit of pleasure that you've gotten good at, but it doesn't serve you anymore. So there's something you need to step up the game and change in some form or another. It's dealing with children, creativity, lovers, your personal interests, sports, hobbies, your drama. It's your creative expression in general. It's dating, it's romance, it's sex. It's how you enjoy life. Something about how you enjoy life, maybe you're not feeling as much enjoyment. Something has gotten to where it's stagnant. Something has gotten to where it's not as interesting. Something has to shift in some way because with Saturn here, we're talking about limitations. We're talking about rules, walls, boundaries. Something within how you're creating the pleasure in your life. You're not necessarily reaching it to its fullest extent because I don't want to say you've gotten lazy about it, but I feel like you've gotten to it's over and over again. It's that I keep getting given from everybody. It's patterns and routines we've gotten used to that kind of have to shift because they don't serve us anymore. So something in this area is definitely going to be helping you see during the full moon what should be shifting so that you can find yourself how to be happier again, how to seek that enjoyment in life, that pursuit of pleasure. Something about it probably during the full moon is going to be showing you where it's not working for you so that you can help your idea of getting a grip on it and how to make that change. And I don't know why I did this, because when I did this, for somebody, this has to do with a motorcycle. Because that's exactly what went through my mind, and that was not me at all. So I don't have any clue, but I'm giving you what I'm being given. Now, that full moon, though, because it's in Capricorn, is going directly across, and I can give you an idea of where it's going to come out, because your pursuit of pleasure is not getting along with, which your universal fifth house is, isn't getting along with your 11th house, which is exactly what all this communication is talking about. So it may be something that's starting to come up or rise around the full moon, but I feel like you're going to be getting a more acknowledgement of the shift, of the change, or I knew right when that happened, after the full moon. But the full moon may be bringing its attention up because your pursuit of pleasure is fighting, is in opposition with that universal 11th house, which takes us right back to where Mercury, Jera, and Mars is moving out of. This is your ruler, is in this area. And this is also where the North Node is. Okay, so something here has to shift and change so that you can get it right in the first place in order to move on. Something here has to be learned in order to move on and get in a healthier place, because that's what the South Node is. And Cancer, it's also speaking to the roots of who and what you are right off the bat, because the universally, forget which sign we're in, universally, Cancer is that universal fourth house, which is speaking to the roots of who and what you are. But as a Virgo, it's your 11th house, and it's speaking to your community, your large groups, your friends, your memberships, your wishes, your hopes, your goals, your ambitions, your liberty itself, your self-realization within this community and these friends and these goals and these wishes and these ambitions and these dreams. And like I said, they keep bringing me back to how you're going to view things from a humanitarian. I can never say that word. From a humanitarian point of view. It's going to be fighting that pursuit of pleasure. Something about them are not going to be getting along. Something about the groups, your friends, your goals, your wishes, your dreams, isn't getting along with how you create your life to find pleasure in it. How your creativity is growing, how your situations with your dating, your romance, your sex life, your lovers, your personal quest. But this is also children, because children is how you play. Children is, reverts back to how we play and we enjoy life, and we're able to allow our child to express its inner self. So something about this during that full moon is probably going to start rearing its head and starting to show you, or at least pull you in the right direction. Pay attention to the communication, because like I said, I'm getting lips talking, and I'm getting somebody smacking their lips with a really cocky attitude. And very much, I feel like when it happens, you're going to know it. whether it happens during the full moon or after. Now, on the 21st, Neptune goes retrograde. For you as a Virgo, Neptune is your 7th house. So this is your relationship zone. This is, excuse me, this is your relationship zone. This is your marriage, your partnerships, your business, your contracts, your business contracts, sorry, your cooperative and your cooperative self, as well as the business side of your cooperative self. Like, I don't know where I was going with that, but relationships, divorce, separation. This is any kind of relationship you care about, from your parents to your children, to your spouse, to your relationships with your work, and your, as well as your friends. I mean, but this is also dealing with divorce. This is also dealing with lawsuits. This is also dealing with your open enemies. Now, Neptune is going retrograde in your universal 7th house of these relationships. So here's the key. Up until it goes retrograde on the 21st, you probably are viewing things in a little bit more of a darker aspect. Because when it's shadow, it really doesn't have a choice but to kind of start picking shit apart. Alright, it's kind of just picking shit apart until it gets to where it's retrograde, and then it is inwardly speaking to you, but it also is able to sift through the truth at that point. Right now, until the 21st, is kind of only is able to pick shit apart and really look at the darker aspects. Once it's in retrograde, here's the kicker. Somebody, and I'm being, listen to me, somebody, one of the spirit is saying that it is going to be dealing with responsibilities within your professional life. That's just a warning for somebody, and a transformation that's going to be taking place because of those responsibilities in your professional life. With that being said, Lilith is going retrograde in your sign. Not retrograde, Lilith is in the sign while Neptune goes retrograde. This brings a whole new sexuality to Neptune's retrograde. A whole new sexuality. Because Lilith is definitely, she's your own personal fire starter, okay? Especially in this area of relationships. She's able to stand her ground. She's on a normal basis, she's our little sexual temptress. She's very much in her power, knows her power, and is completely confident with herself. But in Pisces, she questions it. This is in waters universally of that 12th house, where she's questioning just how bold she really is. And then with Neptune going retrograde, she's trying to definitely influence that Neptune's retrograde. She's trying to make you get into your unconscious self. She's trying to make you get into your unconscious self, your subconscious, your hidden self. Some of that grief, some of that sorrow, some of that shame. She's trying to make you shameless within the relationships. She's trying to make you step up to your power, know your power, and come to understand how to create your own magic in ways that you didn't know. So this is actually a healing that is taking place from from June 21st all the way until November, while Neptune is in retrograde, because Lilith is going to be here all of this time. So she's definitely, and these two are coming closer and closer, and like coming closer to cuddle, really. These two are coming closer to cuddle. So more or less, Neptune, your sea god, your emotional waters, are going to be tested for your shamelessness within the relationships. And how much are you finding is you? How much have you not been stepping up to the plate of your true authenticity? How much have you not been claiming your own personal power? This is coming into that sacral chakra. I just did a video that for the weekly healing messages stating this, but this is coming into that sacral chakra, and she's trying to actually heal that sacral chakra so that Neptune, you can get on the right side of Neptune and you can create good, healthy relationships in your life, whether it's marriage, whether it's partnerships, whether it's business, whether it's not divorce, whether it's marriage, relationships, partnerships, your children, your family, your spouses. She's helping you find a sexual revolution within you to come into feeling good about yourself, knowing yourself, trusting in yourself, believing in yourself. But she's going to do it by sifting through some dark ass energy. Okay? And she's going to make you have to see some stuff about you that you need to change so that you can get that right. Alright, with that being said, let's see what the cards have to say. Right off the bat. This is my light and shadow deck. This is for, I'm being told it's definitely going to be bringing you growth within, which direction? Which direction was that again? Within your spiritual path, within the soulfulness of you. So as you come to a deeper understanding of who and what you are also soulfully ascending, more or less. And that's exactly what this is about. And then you'll be able to have healthier relationships. But it feels like at first it's telling you some truth within those relationships have to be seen. You have the Two of Wands showing up right off the bat. This is desire and beauty. This is Mars energy in Aries. This is hope and wonder for new beginnings. Fresh adventures of the unknown are incoming. Purity, honesty, frankness, but softness and vulnerability, more or less, is what we're starting off with. Let's see what else they want to marinate that with. And like I said, I've been saying a lot about communication. A lot about communication. But the new beginning is not quite right. And that brings me right back to what we were talking about. There is a new beginning coming in. It's ready for you. But it's not quite right because something about the new beginning isn't being finished being steered because the harvest hasn't finished harvesting, more or less. So there's something about it that you're going to see. You need some patience there. Then we just got two cards. You're going to need some patience there as that happens, because you are also getting, actually this one came out first, the Two of Pentacles. And in this case, I feel like this is finding your equilibrium. This could be relationship. This could be a companionship. This could be let's face it, this could also just be you loving both yourself, your light and your dark, coming into a balance within your light and dark. But this could be coming into a balance within a relationship of two people and accepting each other for who they are, both the sun and the moon, both the light and the dark, acceptance. This could be for both of you, or this could be starting to find yourself a whole new relationship of love with yourself. But either way, just like I was saying, you have the Prince of Pentacles. You've got 3 pentacles right out the bat. So this is something that's becoming tangible. This is something that's definitely changing in your material world, in your physical world. But the Prince of Pentacles, it's an earth sign. It's very slow and steady. It's in no rush. It's going to take its time. Just like I said, the harvest is not quite ready. The harvest is not quite ready for the brand new beginning. You are starting a brand new beginning. It is desire and beauty coming forward. It is starting to come into purity, honesty, frankness, boldness. But there is softness and vulnerability vulnerability here. There is hope and wonder for the new beginnings. So this is being open for the change. But this is also Aquarius, Capricorn, and Pisces. This is going to have some thinking. This is mastering your own serenity. This is slow and steady movement. This is strength and steadfastness. There's no rush on this pinnacle. This pinnacle is going to grow to be exactly what it's supposed to be. There is no rush, but make sure that you are definitely paying attention to the communication. I'm also being given find your own inner peace. This is the Two of Swords. Find your own inner peace at this time. Like I said, this could have to do with a relationship and creating peace within it and coming into a brand new truthful light and dark side of all things and seeing the whole situation for exactly what it is. But I really feel like for some of you this is just a relationship with yourself. But it could be with yourself, which also results in a relationship, a better relationship with someone else. Okay, where's the challenge? Oh, you have to come here. This is my White Sage Tarot deck. Where's the challenge for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You are getting the Three of Wands upside down. This is also speaking to you of your throat chakra. This is delayed gratification. Like I said, delayed gratification and distrusting. I said right off the bat that this is going to take time. And the challenge is saying right off the bat that there's a delay in the situation. Because you're also being given the King of Swords, which is saying logical, intellectual, and severe. I feel like you're picking it apart. I feel like you're picking it apart. And this is the challenge. So this is not to pick it apart, but to see the truth. Don't overthink it and turn around. Okay, I'm really bad for me personally, and I feel like I have to share this right now. I'm really bad. I can talk myself, and I mean, really bad or really good at manifestation, however you want to put it. I can talk myself into anything, and I can create anything because I've talked myself into it. The problem with that is 90% of the time, when we get in our head, we talk ourselves into the bad shit. We talk ourselves into things that aren't cool, because we get worried. We get paranoid about stuff, and I really feel like this is what these two are saying to you. Don't get in your head in a bad way. Just be honest. See the truth. See the communication of what's going on, without altering it by creating it. You don't want to help create the situation. You want to sit back and watch it, is what I feel like. The Five of Pentacles is because it can cause loss and grief and clinging on to a situation. This is meaning you're not letting go. You're holding on to something that you should very much be letting go of. You're talking yourself into something, holding on to it, keep rallying in your head, or you're just not letting go of a situation that you should be letting go of. This is the first challenge, but I felt like I was being given two challenges. Was you one too? Or is it just that you're telling me stuff's upside down? I am being given the Knight of Cups, which is the third eye. This is also telling you to have a soft heart. I mean, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and with the situation. Be honest with yourself, and don't go in without heart. Go in, with true love to the situation and really look at it from all points of view. Don't allow yourself to talk shit to yourself. Be honest with unconditional love for yourself first. And allow the truth to resolve itself. Allow the truth to show themselves so that you know what to do. Because there is some adolescent emotions. This is the Prince of Cups. This is the Chariot coming in all emotionally driven and wanting to just blow things out of the water because they're all in their emotions. Like I said, sit back. This is what I feel like your energies are telling you. Sit back. You don't just, prematurely, emotionally let it out, because it will backfire on you. This is something that you're going to need to take the time to actually observe. Find the truth within the situation, not truths. This is Libra and Jupiter. This is equal forces of balance needs to be created for you. So you need to sit back and really from your head to your, this is from your heart to your crown chakra. Really allow your heart to help your crown chakra balance. And then acknowledge the truths. Acknowledge the truths for what they are. That doesn't mean that you have to hold on to something and unconditionally love it and keep it. No, no, no. This just says, from a truthful point of view, find truths within, sit back and acknowledge it, because it came right back up. This is over emotional. Over emotional will lead you in the wrong way. I was saying this earlier today. Emotions are great and horrible. I mean, there is no right or wrong to why we feel what we feel. You can have the best emotionally feeling of love, and it's the greatest thing in the whole world. But you can also feel betrayed. You can feel angry. You can feel violent. Emotions just are emotions. They have a reason for why you feel the way you do. I tell people all the time, anger is only good for one thing. Not because you're mad and you want to go get mad and beat up somebody or take it out on somebody or anything like that. Anger is good for one thing. It teaches you what has to change. Then it's up to you to use your mind and act accordingly for the decisions you make. Emotions are just emotions. You have to learn how to listen to them, understand them, but not necessarily always act on them. So, like I said, betrayal tells you that you shouldn't trust this person. It doesn't mean that you have to allow it to escalate into the anger. The anger is part of the betrayal, which led you to the frustration and the anger. The anger, is built because of betrayal. I'm just using it as an example right now. But it would teach you that you don't trust somebody anymore and that this whole situation has to change. Listen to your emotions. Your emotions have something that they're trying to teach you. And listen to them, understand them, really allow them to explain themselves. But don't act on them. Wait until you're properly able to act from a complete, honest, soulful oneness point of view. And when I say oneness, I mean our four equals our one, our emotional, our spiritual, our physical, and our mental. If your four is out of balance, then baby, so are you. So you don't want to make actions when you're out of balance. You need to take the time to register all the information and the data that you are given, is basically. Strength is what is being given to you. You need to stand up and have an opinion, because in this case, you're the only one that counts. This decision will have long-term effects on your future. With that being said, I'm not going any further. I think it's said enough. I love you, and I will see you next month. Just take time to be real with you, and I think you'll be fine. I think it's setting you up for a very glorious new change. There's just some smoke and mirrors that you're about to see, I think. Bye, guys. Ah!